What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. In this video, we're going to be going over NIO and how they have potentially a massive partnership that they could announce any day now. This is a very pivotal partnership and would lead to NIO bringing in a lot more revenue in the future. So we're also going to go over exactly what we can expect for NIO's earnings on Monday and do some option chain analysis to see where options traders are thinking that NIO is going to go to in terms of their share price by a specific date. So before we get into all of that information on NIO, if you guys enjoy the information that I provide for you in this video, make sure you go down and hit that like button and hit the subscribe button and turn on that notification bell so you're notified every time I post a new video, so you get to stay up to date on all of your favorite stocks, learn about a couple of new ones, and see exactly which options I am trading and which strategies I am using to trade them. So if we come over to the chart of NIO, we can see that it's been absolutely massively beat down over the last week and a half. We saw LI Auto actually report their earnings last week, and they actually beat analyst estimates, but with the overall market conditions, everybody's afraid of inflation, and we've seen the bond yields start to rise. A lot of people were selling off their position in their equities, and that's kind of why we saw such a sharp downtrend all across the board, but especially the hyper growth stocks that we talk about on this channel got hit the hardest. Now let's take a look at NIO's option chain. So we are going to be looking at this March 19th expiration date. This is the monthly expiration date for March, and we are going to be looking at some of these call options. So you can see that the open interest on these $55 strikes is pretty substantial. It's almost 24,000. And that means that there's about 24,000 of these contracts being held in people's brokerage accounts at the current time, and about 6,600 of these contracts were traded on Friday. We can also see when we go down a little bit further that these 60s have a very high open interest as well, almost 45,000 contracts with a pretty significant volume on the day. Now, going out a little bit further, we also see that there is a very high open interest on these 65s, 70s, and then the 75s and 80s have a slightly lower open interest, but also have a pretty significant amount of volume. So we could see some options traders taking some very significant gambles on NIO's earnings. And the reason for that might be is that NIO Day was an absolutely crazy hit. NIO announced some absolutely amazing things, and their forward-looking statements were very good. And then we also saw NIO absolutely crush their delivery numbers for the fourth quarter of 2020 and December of 2020 as well. So people are expecting NIO to massively beat their earnings that are coming up on Monday. But if we take a look over here and we look at the put options, then we scroll back to the out of the money puts, we can see that there is a high open interest across the board, as well as a lot of volume traded on these contracts today. Now, volume is the amount of contracts that were bought and sold, so we can't really tell if there was more buying pressure or selling pressure by looking at the volume, but there is a lot of action on NIO's option chain, especially for this March 19th expiration date. So the partnership that we are going to be going over for the remainder of this video revolves around NIO's battery swapping stations. So coming over here, we can see that NIO plans to have 500 of its power swap stations operational across China by the end of 2021. Now, this is going to be a pretty fantastic feat if NIO is able to do this. The battery swap stations and the setup of these stations is no small feat. They have to go through a lot of regulatory standards, and they need a pretty significant amount of space in order to set up these stations. So NIO needs a way to actually have the space and the regulatory capabilities to put these battery swap stations in high traffic places where people are going to be driving cars. So the best way for them to do this is to actually put them at gas stations. So coming over here, we can see that charging replacement at the gas station, more information about the cooperation between Weilai and Sinopec is exposed. Now, this is a translated article off Baidu, which is the search engine in China. So we've talked about Sinopec and NIO a little bit in my previous videos. We saw some high-level NIO executives meet with the president of Sinopec, which is the China Petroleum and Chemical Corporation. They have about 30,000 of their gas stations across China, and it seems like that they are going to be inking a partnership very soon. So NIO actually had one of their battery swapping stations at the original meeting where the two high-level executives were meeting. Now, this is very beneficial to both parties. Sinopec knows that in the future, the amount of typical gas-powered vehicles in the market is going to significantly decrease, and their whole business model revolves around them selling gas. Now, in order to stay relevant in the marketplace and continue to be profitable over the years, they need to be able to adapt to the next phase of the marketplace, which is going to be electric vehicles. So when looking through this article, we see that it also revealed that Li Bin and Qin Li Hong, sorry if I pronounced that wrong, had a meeting with the chairman and party secretary of China Petroleum and Chemical Corporation. The topics of the exchanges between the two parties included the development trend of the electric industry, the construction and charging of charging and swapping facilities, and high-end synthetic materials. So the trend of the electric car industry is supposed to grow a lot by the year 2025. Right now, I think it's sitting at around 2% of all vehicles sold in China, but is going to be about 5% or more when 2025 comes around. We can see this through NIO's massive growth rate in terms of their delivery numbers, that more vehicles are being sold in China right now. Scrolling down a little bit further in this article, we can actually see that the two parties agreed to see you after the Spring Festival and work together to promote the development of the industry. This is very big news. If NIO and Sinopec announce this partnership, NIO has the possibility to put at least 30,000 of their battery swapping stations at every Sinopec location in China. Now, this is going to take a lot of time, but this is going to significantly increase the rate at which NIO will be able to set up these battery swapping stations. So overall, this is going to be very big news for NIO as well as Sinopec, because Sinopec is going to be able to actually maintain their relevancy in their market, and NIO is going to be able to further its business efforts in China. We're also seeing NIO expanding into the European market through Norway throughout 2021, and as I've shown you guys in my previous NIO videos, that there was a job posting on LinkedIn from NIO that strongly suggested that they want to expand into the United States market very soon. Now, I think that is going to take a lot more time, since the United States market is going to be harder to penetrate just because of the amount of electric vehicle companies that we already have in our market. We have Tesla, Fisker, we're going to see Lucid Motors come out in a couple of months. We just have a lot of electric vehicle companies right now, and it could be difficult for NIO to get into this market. But once we see NIO actually complete all of its expansion and expand all the way around the world, we're going to see NIO be a massive player in the electric vehicle space, in my opinion. Heading back over to the chart of NIO, we can see that it is very oversold right now. We did see a little bit of a bounce, and then NIO just sold off another 2% on Friday, and then bounced up about 2.58% after hours. So nothing I say in these videos is financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. These are for educational and entertainment purposes only. But my opinion on NIO right now is that this is a great dip to buy. We've seen NIO go into the upper 60s a couple of times. We saw it bounce up here at its high after NIO Day, and we saw NIO kind of bounce around and consolidate in the upper $50 range before the overall market showed a lot of weakness. So I think NIO is at a great point to buy if you want to average up into your NIO position, or if you want to initiate a new NIO position if you are an investor that doesn't have a position as of yet. So we also have earnings on Monday, which is going to be a very pivotal day. I might do another video on Sunday going over exactly what we can expect from NIO coming on their earnings. So make sure you guys hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of the new breaking news on NIO. So that is going to be it for this update on NIO. If you guys enjoyed the information I provided for you in this video, make sure you go down and hit that like button. It costs you nothing to do it, but it helps me out a whole lot, and it lets me know that I am making videos that you guys enjoy. And if you want to see more videos like this, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell so you're notified every time I post a new video, so you get to stay up to date on all of your favorite stocks, learn about a couple of new ones, and see exactly which options I am trading and which strategies I am using to trade them. So I hope you guys are having a great weekend, and I'll see you guys in the next video.